Your passport isn't the only thing that reveals your identity. You thought your zodiac sign said a lot about you. Cute. Your travel style is the real tea. It's like a window into your soul. Buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to roast every kind of traveler, including you. Let's be real. You clicked on this for a reason. First up, we've got the backpacker. You know the type. They rock up with that dusty 40-litre backpack, smelling vaguely of patchouli and questionable life choices. If you own exactly one shirt, eat $1 noodles for every meal and think showering is optional. Congratulations, you're a backpacker. You're out here finding yourself, which apparently involves avoiding rent and wearing the same pair of elephant pants for 6 months straight. You can navigate a foreign country with nothing but a tattered Lonely Planet guide and a dream. And by dream, I mean a vague hope that you'll somehow achieve enlightenment while simultaneously not getting dysentery. You're a citizen of the world, man, but seriously, invest in some deodorant. Next up, we have the human equivalent of a first-class upgrade, the luxury jet setter. These are the folks who travel the world one Michelin star meal at a time. You know them by their perfectly curated Instagram feeds, filled with infinity pools that magically blend into the horizon. For these travelers, if it's not 5 stars, it's 1 star. The only time they fly economy is if their private jet is stuck in traffic. They'll tell you they're roughing it when room service takes longer than 20 minutes. They travel the world with a suitcase full of designer clothes, each outfit meticulously planned for every occasion. Listen, I'm all for treating yourself, but maybe try roughing it once in a while. You might even like it. Ah, yes, the I did Europe in 10 days tourist. They come back from their whirlwind trip with a suitcase full of souvenirs they bought at the airport. They think they experienced Europe because they stood near the Eiffel Tower for 12 minutes, ate a questionable waffle in Belgium, and maybe took a gondola ride in Venice. Look, I'm all for seeing the world. But slow down. Your vacation has more flags than the United Nations. You're trying to cram centuries of history and culture into a week-long trip. Newsflash, you didn't do Europe. You probably spent more time in airports than you did in actual European cities. Here's a novel idea. Pick one country, maybe even just one city, and actually experience it. You might actually learn something. Next up, we have the influencers of the travel world, the ones who believe that if a moment wasn't documented on Instagram, it didn't happen. Did you even go if you didn't post it? These are the people who spend 4 hours hiking up a mountain just to get that one perfect shot for the Instagram, and then they leave before sunset because, you know, bad lighting. Their backpack, oh, that's just for aesthetics. It's probably filled with hairspray and portable chargers. They're the ones who will literally step over you to get the perfect angle for their selfie. Listen, I get it. You want to share your adventures with the world, but maybe try putting down the phone for a minute or two and actually experiencing the place you're in. Ah, the all-inclusive resort Goblin. They emerge from their rooms once a day, blinking in the sunlight, like Gollum emerging from his cave. Their natural habitat, the swim-up bar, where they can order unlimited frozen margaritas without ever having to leave the water. If your passport's only purpose is to access unlimited shrimp and questionable cocktails, congratulations, you're a resort goblin. Your cultural experience includes the hotel gym and maybe, just maybe, a souvenir shot glass. You haven't left the resort in days and, frankly, you're not sure you remember how. Look, I get it. Vacations are for relaxing, but come on, people. There's a whole world out there beyond the buffet line and the swim-up bar. Go explore it. Next up, we have the Eat, Pray, Cry soul searchers. You went on vacation, but really you were running from Carl, or your job, or both. Now you're journaling in a rice field about transcendence while your bank account is begging you to come home. They jet off to exotic locations with a suitcase full of self-help books and a head full of existential angst. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for self-discovery, but sometimes finding yourself is just a fancy way of saying avoiding your problems. Now let's talk about the overplanners of the travel world. These are the folks who make itineraries that would make a drill sergeant weep. Every second is scheduled from the moment they wake up to the minute they go to sleep. Bathroom breaks, scheduled, spontaneity, blocked. They arrive at the airport 3 hours early, armed with color-coded luggage tags and a laminated copy of their itinerary. They've researched every restaurant, museum and historical landmark within a 100-mile radius. Listen, I admire your organizational skills, but chill out. It's a vacation, not a military operation. Sometimes the best moments are the unplanned ones. The digital nomads. They're living the dream, right? Working from exotic beaches, sipping cocktails while they answer emails. They've swapped their cubicles for co-working spaces, their suits for board shorts, and their morning commute for a quick surf session. They're the envy of all their office-bound friends, at least until their Wi-Fi cuts out in the middle of an important Zoom call. But let's be real, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Try explaining to your parents why you haven't had a stable mailing address in years. Look, I'm all for remote work and seeing the world, but maybe invest in some decent Wi-Fi. Next up, we have the adrenaline junkies of the travel world. These are the folks who laugh in the face of danger, who scoff at the mere suggestion of a relaxing beach vacation. If it doesn't include cliffs, ropes, or strong chances of injury, they're not interested. They're the ones who bungee jump off bridges, whitewater raft down treacherous rapids, and scale mountains with nothing but a rope and a prayer. They live for the thrill, the challenge, the sheer terror of it all. Look, I admire your sense of adventure, but maybe invest in some travel insurance, yeah? Your mother will thank me later. Now let's talk about the history buffs. These are the travelers who approach every destination like a walking, talking encyclopedia. They've read every book, watched every documentary, and memorized every date and name. They can tell you the life story of every king, queen, and peasant who ever set foot in the country. They're the ones who get misty-eyed at the sight of ancient ruins. While everyone else is out there drinking beer and chasing pigeons, you're busy debating the finer points of Roman aqueducts with the tour guide. Listen, I appreciate your enthusiasm for the past, but maybe try living in the present for a bit. The Romans would have wanted it that way. And finally, we have I'm basically a local traveler. They went to Thailand once, and now they say "Sawadee ka" with suspicious confidence. They're the ones who insist on ordering for the whole table in broken Spanish, even though everyone else is perfectly happy just pointing at the menu. They'll tell you about their secret spots that are actually just tourist traps listed on the first page of every guidebook. They're that person who insists they don't do touristy stuff as they post a selfie from a rooftop bar with a mango mojito in hand. Look, it's great that you're trying to immerse yourself in the local culture, but nobody is buying it. We all know you're just a tourist with a slightly inflated sense of self-importance. Just embrace it. Look, whatever your travel style is, own it. Be the overplanner, be the frozen Margarita gremlin, be the person who brings a suitcase full of self-help books to a tropical island. Just don't be the person who claps when the plane lands. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how you travel as long as you're out there experiencing the world and having fun. And hey, if you can do it without posting a million selfies or getting arrested, even better.